On the 1st of November 1981, Headmaster Albus Dumbledore and Professor Minerva McGonagall of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, along with groundskeeper Rubius Hagrid, deliver a recently orphaned infant named Harry Potter to his only remaining relatives, the Dursleys. For 10 years, Harry lives as a household servant to his uncaring Aunt Petunia, loathsome Uncle Vernon, and spoiled cousin Dudley, under the impression that his parents died in a car accident. One day on a family trip to the zoo, Harry unwittingly causes an accident by vanishing the glass in front of a snake enclosure, causing Dudley to fall in. After that event, Harry begins receiving unprompted letters addressed to him in the cupboard under the stairs, which is where he sleeps. But the Dursleys never allow him to read its contents.
Mine!
Yours? They'll be writing to you.
In an attempt to avoid more letters, the family escape to an island, but Hagrid breaks into their two-story hut at midnight and informs Harry that he's a wizard. Harry receives a cake from Hagrid for his 11th birthday, an acceptance letter to Hogwarts.
Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
By morning, Hagrid takes Harry to buy school supplies from the hidden wizarding street. Harry purchases his wand and Hagrid gifts him an owl, named Hedwig, as a birthday present. Shortly after, Hagrid tells Harry the truth about his past and how his parents actually were murdered by one of the century's greatest dark wizard, known as Lord Voldemort.
So he decided to kill him.
Hagrid also explains how Harry gained so much fame in the wizarding world for not only surviving Voldemort's attack, escaping with only a lightning bolt scar, but also rendering Voldemort powerless.
Something about you stumped him that night. That's why you're famous. That's why everybody knows your name.
Days later, Harry boards a train to Hogwarts via the concealed platform 9 3/4 in King's Cross Station. Aboard the train, Harry meets Ron Weasley, a boy from a large but poor pure-blood wizarding family, and Hermione Granger, a witch born to Muggle and non-magical parents who would both become Harry's lifelong best buddies.
Oculus Reparo.
Upon arrival to the Hogwarts, all students are sorted into one of 4 houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. Harry, Ron, and Hermione all end up in Gryffindor, and Harry ends up making an enemy out of Draco Malfoy from Slytherin.
I think I can tell the wrong sort for myself, thanks.
Harry begins learning wizardry and discovers more about his past and his parents. His prowess in flying on a broomstick makes him a star of Gryffindor's Quidditch team as a Seeker, a position in the game rarely given to first-year students. One night, in an unfortunate turn of events, the trio finds themselves in the forbidden floor of Hogwarts, where they discover a giant 3-headed dog named Fluffy. Later on, at Harry's first Quidditch match, his broom becomes possessed, nearly knocking him off. Hermione sees Snape staring at Harry and mouthing words, making her believe he is the one behind it. She causes fire to Snape's robes and distracts him in an attempt to save Harry, which works. When Hagrid slips onto the trio the name Nicholas Flamel, when confronting about Fluffy, Harry uses the invisibility cloak he received on Christmas to explore the restricted section in the library to find out about him. They find out that Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone, an object that produces the elixir of life, which will make the user immortal, and that Fluffy is actually guarding the stone. The trio assumes that someone is trying to get past the dog and get the stone. Harry suspects potions teacher Severus Snape might be the culprit and that he is the one trying to revive Voldemort. Once again, Hagrid accidentally tells the children that the dog falls asleep when listening to music, but when they decide to find the stone before Snape, they find an already asleep Fluffy. After bypassing the dog, they face a series of obstacles, surviving a deadly plant known as Devil's Snare, flying past a room full of hundreds of flying keys, and winning a violent, life-sized chess match. To Harry's surprise, the one who confronts him in the final room is not Snape, but Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Professor Quirrell. Quirrell reveals that he was the one who let the troll in, tried to kill Harry in the Quidditch match, and that Snape had actually been trying to protect Harry all the time.
I tried to kill you. And trust me, if Snape's cloak hadn't caught fire and broken my eye contact, I would have succeeded.
Quirrell removes his turban and reveals a weakened Voldemort to be living on the back of his head.
Harry Potter.
Thanks to Dumbledore, Harry finds the Philosopher's Stone in his pocket, and Voldemort tries to convince Harry to give it to him by pledging him to bring his parents back from the dead. Harry refuses, and Quirrell tries to kill him, but Harry's touch turns him into dust and he dies. Voldemort then passes through Harry's body, knocking him unconscious before fleeing. When Harry wakes up, he finds himself at the school's hospital wing. Professor Dumbledore explains that the stone has been destroyed and that Hermione and Ron are safe. Quirrell turned to dust at Harry's touch because Harry's mother Lily had put a love-based protection on him against Voldemort. At the end of the year feast, the house's points are tallied and extra points are awarded, causing Gryffindor to win the House Cup. Before Harry and students leave for the summer, Harry realizes that while everyone else is going home, he is going away from home, because Hogwarts now felt like his true home. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos like this, subscribe to Nolo Facts. See you guys in the next one.